Hello and welcome to the Savvy Gadgetz channel with me, Ian, otherwise known as Ven, and I'm very excited because I've got this. It's a new laptop. It's a Scan 3XS Vengence GL3060, which means it's got a 3060 NVIDIA graphics card in it, the usual laptop one. But that's got 6 GB of memory on board, which is fantastic. Now, it also comes with a 17.3-inch screen. It has two 8 GB DDR4 SODIMMs running at 2666 MHz, and it has a 1 TB Samsung 980 NVMe M.2 drive, so it should be super quick. So I'll post any user bench and benchmarking at the end of the video, and also to Twitch and Facebook. So don't forget, like and subscribe, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. I live stream 1 o'clock GMT on Sunday afternoons, and donate at Patreon. All of the links in the description below.
Right, so let's take a look at the full specification of this laptop. Now, this is a laptop from Scan. It's one of their 3XS GeForce range, and there are two, although you can customise on the 3XS site, two of them, one with a 15-inch screen, one with a 17.3-inch screen. So I went for the 17 because I just like a big screen. I just like that, and the difference was 50 quid, so it's not really that much different. So the full specifications, so the display is 17.3 inches, and it's a full HD resolution of 1920 by 1080p with a refresh rate of 144 Hz. The processor is an Intel Core i7 11800H, has 8 cores, 16 threads, and a CPU of 1.9 GHz and CPU boost of 4.6 GHz. Memory 16 GB, 2 GB of DDR4 SODIMMs, and they are DDR4 2666. Sign of the devil. And it can support up to 64 with 232 GB if you wanted it to. The graphics card is an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. It's a laptop GPU. It's not the fully fledged version, but it does come with 6 GB of graphics. It has GDDR6, runs at or has 3,584 cores. Is VR ready, so if you want to have a VR headset, then you can use that. Real-time ray tracing, but it doesn't have some of the other bells and whistles, and obviously you can't SLI it. Storage comes with a 1 TB M.2 PCI NVMe, which is the Samsung 980, I believe. I seem to remember saying that. And there is another bay that you can put another one in. Other specifications: comes with Bluetooth, has a webcam in it, has a built-in microphone. There's a backlit. Which is actually the backlit keyboards are really cool because there's an app that's already installed on it, and you can pick the colour of your background for your keyboard. The only other thing, I mean, apart from getting a hat and a mug and a mouse mat, is the I/O. So you've got the audio in and out via the 3.5mm jacks. You've got one HDMI, and you've got the headphone mic. You've got the mini display ports, 1.3 and 1.4. RJ45. Now, when I'm playing Warzone later on, I am actually connected via the RJ45. I'm not playing over Wi-Fi. And it does have Wi-Fi 6, but I was at the extent of my range when I sit downstairs in my living room, and I was getting a lot of packet loss. And the game, whilst wired, is very playable, and whilst it's got packet loss, it's not very playable. So RJ45, 1 Thunderbolt 3, and 3 USB Type Gen A. I've only found 2 of them on it, so I think that could be a typo. But there you go, that's the full specification. We'll do the unboxing now. The product description will be in the links below, and we'll see the testing pictures as well.
Okay, so let's unbox this then. Just break the seal there. Down the sides. Using a small bit of knife. Because that's just sensible. That one I'm not going to cut into anything. Right, so lots of bubble wrap to start off with. Get rid of that. So, oh, look at that. That is really well packed. Right, so there will be a bit more than just a laptop in here. Right, there we go. Right, so that looks like the laptop. What's this? 3SX Systems. So I'll do that. Ah, these are all of the goodies. So we've got a scanned baseball cap, like that. Very nice. We've also got a scan mug, which is lovely. There's a mouse mat in here. That's a decent size of mouse mat. Look, it's quite big. That's bigger than the usual one. We've got some braided stuff. Now I was expecting that. I've just got no idea what I would use it for. Braided cable sleeve. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's that bit. So those are the goodies. You also get a code which they've emailed to me. That weighs quite a bit, which is reasonably satisfying. What's this? Please, before unboxing your system, important setup instructions, warranty information. Right, okay, fine. I better read that first then before we continue. So let me read that, and then we can unbox this. Okay, so this is pretty cool because this black envelope contains some customer help advice if things aren't working, and you know, you can go to support and backup recovery from a USB stick. But because this was pre-ordered and it had to be built, they've also, which was quite nice because Scan, when they have to build something, one of their own systems, you can actually look at the Q&A pictures of it being built and of it working. So it should work, but in the event it doesn't, there you go, you've got this. But it's also got like a build form and a parts form and also like a little invoice, which is great. So let's actually unbox this thing. Take a look at it. It actually looks like it's going to be quite a chunky laptop, to be honest. Like I say, that sounds reasonably satisfying. Okay, a little bit of knife, not too much. Oh, looks like it might pop out from the side. Let's cut there. Does it cut once? Measure twice, cut once, isn't it? No, okay, we cut from this bit. I'm getting it from the wrong end now. Oh, it's a box in a box. Notebook computer. How lovely. Right, oh, okay, so this will actually be the laptop one. Let's do this and do that. Do this. Right, so most importantly, with the power supply. And that is, and of course, cable for that. And so let's have this bit out. Over there, and hopefully, okay, so a bit of poly. Let's get rid of that. So it's very well packed, very well protected. And that does still weigh quite a bit. All right, so we've got a few bits and pieces in here, some setup and some screws there. That's worrying. Oh well, that could go to the side, and then there we go. That's what it looks like. Let's move forward a bit. Oh, that's a sleeve rather than a peel. There we go. Fantastic. Right, let's boot it up and see how it does. Now look at the size of that mouse tracker. That's fantastic. That's massive. I mean, that's a good 3 by 4 inches. They're not usually that kind of size. But it is a light up keyboard as well. Okay, so let's time this and see how long it takes to boot up. So I've got a timer in my watch, so see if I can do this. See how long it takes to boot in to the screen where you can then enter. And there you go, that's 21 seconds. Oh, nearly 22.
Moving.
Okay, so this is Warzone. It's a multiplayer. This is the Caldera Clash, which is a 50 player versus 50 player deathmatch. So there's quite a lot going on. I'm getting 70 frames a second. There's lots of textures, models, action. Now you can probably hear the fan going. Now the fan is really noisy. I can't hear it when I'm playing the game, but I sit in the same room with my wife and it's very audible. Getting 80 frames a second at the moment. Oh, there he is. Down to 60 there. So overall not too bad. Getting somewhere in the region of about 70 frames a second. As you can see, there's lots of distance as well. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
he didn't drop me with the first burst, really. Right, so let's take a look at some of these scores. So this is 3D Mark, and it's giving us a graphics score of just over 7,000 and a CPU score of 9,200. Now that's a pretty good score for a laptop anyway. So as you can see, there's some nice graphs there. You can peruse those at your leisure. Cinebench gives an impressive score of 9,939, which beats the Intel Core 9 i9-9880H. So there is an improvement in the CPU performance over some of the i9s. Then we've got Crystal Disk Mark. That gives an impressive set of read-write testing and speeds. It's 3,400 and 2,000 writes, so read and write. All of these pictures will be posted on Twitter and Facebook. Passmark generally gives us an overall rating of 3,000, but it's like the CPU is 84th percentile, 2D graphics 34th percentile. The graphics performance is rather impressive number, and memory. So overall, very good. Again, these may or may not mean anything to you, but good old superposition. Running at the maximum resolution and with shaders and textures and everything enabled, it gives us a score of 9,665, which is still pretty good. This laptop will handle, as you've just seen, the Warzone quite easily at a decent frame rate. However, when a game gets going, it really does sound very loud because of that fan, and it's because of the tiny vents out of the back of the machine. It's trying to vent out so much heat from the CPU and GPU that it makes that hideous noise. It really could do with a larger back end, with a bigger vent, a bigger heatsink on it, and then you could have a lower revving RPM fan. Now you can actually alter the fan curve, as it were, with the software, which also changes the backlight of the keyboard, and you can have pretty much any colour you like, but it's not something that I've fiddled with. It's something that I'll probably look into and see if I can get the noise down, but until then you're going to have to put up with it as is. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the capabilities of this machine and what it's up to. And I have played other big games like Green Hell, Splitgate, which is fairly new, Quake Champions, which is fairly old, but all of those are sort of fast action-paced games, and it handles them absolutely fine. So there we have it. It's a fast laptop with a decent frame rate, but the fan is extremely noisy. So don't forget, like and subscribe to my video channel for other videos. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, where I'll post the pictures of the testing, and I live stream out on Sundays 1 o'clock GMT, and don't forget to donate at Patreon. But thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful and you've enjoyed the unboxing. But until the next time, thanks very much. Bye bye.